you today. We have Christine Fan. Hello, Christine. How are you? This is the president of the Entrepreneurship Ship Club, or the REC Club, right?
Thank you for having me here.
All right. And we also have Celso Arellano. I hope I pronounced this right.
Celso Arellano. Yes.
Celso Arellano. And the vice president. And we also have Nida Gull.
Yeah, it's
Nida Gull.
Yes.
The director of the special events that happen that the club organizes, and Kevin Wortley, the advisor.
Hello.
How are you?
Good, thank you.
How are you guys?
Good, thank you.
Good,
How are
good.
you?
We're fine, thank you. So, first of all, I want to thank you for coming here and, sharing your club, talking about your experience and talking about the club here. First of all, I want to start, who invented or who created this club? Who started with this club?
Well, I guess I'll answer that. This is Kevin Wortley, the faculty advisor. This is my second year at Richland, and we didn't have a club when I got here, and so I actually started it with a student named Sheena Irvin, who was here last year. She's at UTD now, and we kind of just had the idea that we were lacking something here, and that there was a really good opportunity. I had a lot of students in class that were interested in starting their own business and just learning more about entrepreneurship, and so we got that started in fall of 14, and we're very fortunate to have a really great president, Sheena, who provided leadership and really grew the club, and Celso and Kristen, who are here on the podcast with us, they were officers under Sheena's leadership, and then Kristen stepped up this year into the president role and has really kind of taken the baton and grown it to where it is today. So we've been really fortunate to have two really great presidents in Sheena and now Kristen Fan.
That's great. What about you guys? When did you guys start joining the club? Let's start with Christine.
All right. So I stopped by. I first know about e-club at the club fair, and my first impression of the club is, wow, this is the only business-related club that we have on campus. How cool is that? So I got involved first at as a volunteer because I were looking for a new officer to help out with the club business. So I got involved in that, and later on I got really into the club, and I took one class by Kevin Wortley, and that really triggered my interest in entrepreneurship in general. From that point on, I know that I would like to take on the journey with this club. So the year later, I ran for president, and I got it, and it's been very fun.
That's amazing. That's really nice. It's a really good opportunity. Like, you were a new student and you really wanted to join a club, right? And what about you, Nida? Nida, right?
Yes, it's Nida. That's fine. I actually, why it's relevant for my interest, I will just go with that first. I've myself always dreamt of having my own business, being an entrepreneur one day. And the same way Kristen did, I met with them at the club fair. I don't know if Celso and Mr. Kevin remembered it. I had a long conversation with them about the club and about their past achievements, and it really attracted me. They told me about the business plan competition that they competed in the last year, and they won the competition. Plus, they hold a lot of leadership meetings, and they go outside the college and talk with different startup business owners, which really, really, really attracted me. I just thought, just give it a chance to go one day and see how the meeting goes. And I got to know on the same day that they were holding the votings for the officer's position, and I ran for it. Unfortunately, got into it, and I'm the director of programs. And since then, it's been a great learning experience.
That's a great one. That's a really good opportunity then.
Yep.
You really enjoyed it.
Yeah, definitely. It's been a great learning experience, and I look forward to be in the club till I'm in the Richland College.
That's great. And what about you, Celso?
Well, I got into the club. Well, it was kind of weird for me because I was originally majoring in nursing, and I was nowhere near business, and push come to shove, I get a disability. I for my safety and for safety of others, I quit the idea of going to nursing, and I was just like, I'm gonna go into business. And I took Professor Wortley's class, and I was just mesmerized by like how thoughtful his class was. Like, it was so informative, and I took his teachings onto another business class, and I did very well in the other business class based off his teachings. So and when he said something about a club, I was just like, oh, okay. I was in SGA already. I think I was the ambassador at that time of Student Government Association. So I just went and I signed up for the first term last year, and it was fun. And I've been with the club ever since, and I've enjoyed every experience I've had with the club.
That's great. So, like, did you join since the first time you joined was in fall 2014 or 2000?
Yes, I think it was the fall 2014. Yes, the first when it was barely picking up.
Oh, that's really nice. That's a great time. And so, what can you tell me about the club?
Kristen, do you want to answer that?
Oh, sure, why not? So when we first started the club, when I first come here at Trinity College, I have, a very strong personal conviction that going to college is not only about showing up in class and turning your homework on time. It's also about having fun, about looking for a support system that you feel belong to, as well as learning something that valuable for your career later on. So when it come together and, we have the first club meeting, with all the officers right here, we kind of, envision the club as a idea sharing for all the business minded students to come together and, join the fun. And we having students across all the disciplines, not only being in business, in entrepreneurship, but, we have people from engineering, bio and chemistry, and even computer science. So that's been a lot, and diversity is something that we really embrace on. For the club business, mainly what we want to do is to give them an environment where they can nurture themselves in terms of entrepreneurship club. So that's why we have plenty of activity going on that help them, teach them multiple skills that are going to be beneficial for them in terms of career. Like we have sales technique. We have last Halloween we have scavenger hunt game. That was a lot of fun. We come up with a list of questions, kind of business oriented question, and the member gonna answer a bunch of question, and they got whoever win that one got Starbucks gift card. So we asking question about business like, okay, who got fired from his old company, and the answer is Steve Jobs. So it's been a lot of fun, and beside all the fun part, we do have some career related part. For example, we have the LinkedIn workshop and networking workshop by Dr. Sheridan. Yes. She amazing. We all love her. And we have so many other things going on. I cannot name all of that, including the networking event and the meet and greet with the vice president of Southwest Allied that we have a couple weeks ago.
Mr. Matt Buckley.
So special.
Yeah, with Mr. Matt Buckley.
Yeah.
It's a great learning experience. He shared his journey of 32 years being with the same company, and about the work culture and the opportunities that company gives right now. So we all learn from it. Yeah.
And Matt actually worked his way up from being a RAM agent into the current vice president of Southwest Ally. So that's really remarkable, and we have a lot of fun together with him and with other members during the greet and meets as well.
Oh, that's great. That's a kind of you guys tried to kind of let the students join the club in any way, as having fun and showing the students that as you said, college is not about coming just showing up in class. It's also about having fun. And what else? I mean, what kind of accomplishments did you guys do from this club?
First of all, I would like to add in something. I see this club as I have a very specific vision for this club, why I joined in. Besides the Entrepreneurship Club, I tell everybody who asks me the question, because I'm the program coordinator, they come to me and ask about the club, that we should join it if you don't have the major in business. I would simply go to them and tell them it's not related to any major. We are going to go into career. That's why we're here in college. We're getting the degrees to go into career life, to our professional lives. And just treat it as a professional development of yourself. I learned leadership skills. I learned communication. I learned marketing from this club, how to communicate confidently. And I've seen a very big difference in myself, just being an officer, not even the vice president or the president, but has taught a lot of things. Just consider the way we go for our personal grooming classes, considered to be your professional grooming thing, and you will learn a lot.
That's great. That's great. And like you guys also, as you said, you guys also focus on career, on the students' career. So I heard that you guys like give scholarships. Do you guys give scholarships?
Well, I mean, we got some award money from participating in the competition, but we have not given out any scholarship yet. It's actually a great idea, and we plan on doing that in the long run.
All right, that's great. So, I mean, what else can you tell us about the club? What else, why should the students also join? What other reasons then? Having fun and, about their career. Why should they join? What kinds of events do you guys do?
Well, what we really strive to do as a club is trying to invite anyone who might have similar interests. Let's say we have enough nursing students in our club that want to hear a registered nurse from the emergency room come and speak to the group about her work or his work experience, and we'll try to network to get a speaker from that field. And we really want to have a lot of majors, a lot of minds in our club, so we can learn from each other and ultimately progress in a way we could have not imagined before.
I'd love to go back just for a second and kind of brag on their accomplishments, because they didn't really itemize everything that they've done, but they mentioned that they've learned a lot of sales techniques in this club, and they got to put that into practice by trying to sell Papa John's on a sponsorship for the club.
Oh, that's right.
And
that's the fun part.
They were successful this year, and Papa John's gave, what was it, 7 free pizzas for every club meeting the whole year?
For
That's
every
correct.
meeting.
So number one, thank you, Papa John's. We love your pizza.
Yeah, they are the store on Abram, so it should be maybe 5 minutes from here. And if you are the club member or ever visit our club meeting, you're gonna have exclusive discount code for 40% from Papa John. So thank them.
Yeah, thank you, Papa John's. But so they were successful in negotiating that sponsorship, and they had to show Papa John's what the value would be, where they would put their logo, and how much marketing Papa John's would get out of that. Some other accomplishments in the first year of the club, we sent a team to the business plan competition at the Alley Scholars Summit, and that team won third place and won $2,000. And so after that experience, then this year we decided we wanted to start our own business plan competition. We called it the Duck Pond Challenge, and we had 5 teams here from Richland compete, and the top 2 teams in that got to enter into the Alley Scholars Shark Tank Challenge. And one of those 2 teams made the finals and ultimately got 4th place, and so they won $1,000. And so when they mentioned, we don't have any official scholarships at this point, but there was prize money that the students received for placing in that competition. And then that team decided they wanted to go an extra step, and they submitted their plan to the TCU Values and Ventures Business Plan Competition, which is a huge competition. They were the only community college team that got into that competition. They went up head-to-head with the likes of Harvard and Johns Hopkins University. In fact, they went in the prelims, they competed against Johns Hopkins, and Johns Hopkins, and they had a patent pending medical device. This is how intense the competition was. So it was really just an honor for the team to be invited to participate in that competition. And like I said, there were 45 universities from around the country and even from overseas that came and competed in that competition. And we were really proud to be the only community college that got invited to take part in that. So there's been a lot of accomplishments. Those are just kind of scratching the surface, but really the students have accomplished a ton in a very short amount of time in this club.
Speaking of being the only community college student at the TCU competition, it was really fun over there. We actually have 49 teams in total all around the world. I think 47 in the States and one from Scotland, one from Indonesia. And by the time that we got to the hotel, generously paid by TCU, we was amazed, when we looked at the list of the team competing, from Harvard and Johns Hopkins and so on. So my team's and I, we have three people in the team in total, me and two others. And we look at that name and we take a picture of that, and we were just pointing our finger at the big school that we would like to go to. And at that time, all the team that they was surrounding that area, they look at us and they kind of feel weird because they say, "Oh, these people, why are they rooting for other school?" And it's because they know that we are still at the community college student, and we like to transfer to those schools. So when we go ahead and share with them that, we're not in 4-year school, we're still a sophomore students, and we just have like a graduate associate degree and so on, they was really surprised because all the people competing over there, the majority of them are graduating, and they are in junior level, senior level from top school, including Harvard, Johns Hopkins, UV of Chicago, and so on. So it was in general a very rewarding and very fun experience for us to be there. And after coming back from TCU, we also selected at my team also got selected as a finalist for UTD competition. So that's another one, and we presented as a Dallas Startup Week, which is the greatest event for all startup community in Dallas and nearby areas. So it was a lot of fun.
So like you guys do you go to competitions that are in Dallas or outside Dallas?
So far, the furthest that we've gone is Fort Worth, but who knows? The sky is the limit. We'd love to go out of town in the future, so we'll see.
So how many contests do you go per semester or per semester? Yeah.
Well,
we went 3.
It just kind of depends on the quality of our team and how far they want to go. Yeah.
Yeah, we went to 3 competitions in total this semester in the spring 2016. Wow. So that's a lot hectic, but we having a lot of fun with that. And I could like to share a little about the team because they are amazing. I am a part of that, and I'm the project leader of that team. We call ourselves Stronic Solution, and we are a soon-to-be industrial consulting firm with concentration on industrial user experience. My other 2 teammates are Jordan Villegas and AMS Teclaman. Shout out to them. They terrific. Jordan majored in, he currently going to Richmond and UTD as well, majoring in chemistry and computer science. And Maya's majoring in electrical engineering, and me myself, Kristen, majoring in accounting. So we kind of come up with this idea about the product kind of holistically, just by talking to local technician about what kind of problem that we can solve for them. And I love the diversity of the club, the group as well. I'm Asian. Jordan is he's a mix of Latino and Caucasian, and Emma is originally from Africa. So when we presented ourselves in front of panel judges, any panel judges, they are amazed of what kind of different color and different skill set that we bring to the table.
Different cultures presents. Yeah, this is amazing.
Absolutely. Yeah, and
it's also it represents our community college. We are from it's a diverse. Richland College is like a diverse.
It's very much Richland, you know.
That's what it's known for. See, when I joined, and that's what I got to know the first thing, the diversity here, and I've seen it,
Yeah.
experienced it, I've loved it.
Yeah,
The more diversity means more ideas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's great. So, what kind of benefits do the students, if a student wants to join in this club, what other benefits that can he can get other than like in the community college, other than here, in his future when he, for example, the student when they transfer to a four-year university, how can this club, affect them? In what ways?
I'd like to take this question. The one thing that I've seen with my two officers here, my president and my Nina for the program director, is I seen them like be quiet and shy and timid.
Very much.
talking in public, and that to me has never been an issue because I've always been an outspoken guy in clubs, and and I was even in the academic decathlon team and from my high school. But yeah, and it's when they came to the club, I remember Kristen, our president, she was even doubting herself, if she should be president, and she wasn't, strong. And I forget what I tell you, but it was something along the line of like, if you don't do it now, when are you gonna do it?
Exactly. You give me a necessary push to step me out, of the comfort zone, and I've been forever grateful for that.
Kristen was like potential. Wasn't she? She had a lot of potential for this club, I mean.
Yeah, I saw it directly because of her presentation skills from the competition the year before, and I was just like, she has what she needs. She just needs to gain the confidence, and I just gave her a little insight, and as well as Nita. Nita, she was very timid of speaking to people about promoting the club, and she was just like, how do I even start? I'm just like, just walk up to them and be like, excuse me, if you have to, and be like, my name is, and then present what you're gonna do, and the event.
Yeah, I believe we all went through a process from being shaking in front of the people, now being confident, going straight and talking to them.
Well, so you guys like do presentations?
Quite a process.
What they mean by presenting in front of other people is normally in the club. One issue that community college, the student organization in community college, constantly encounter is people come and go here.
Yeah.
It's the 2 year. It's just a stepping stone for the students. So that's why it's really hard for student club to retain a quality, members, and we are well aware of that. So. Other club, they might have, flyer or word of mouth approach and so on. And when we got together, we were thinking, we got to come up with a very unconventional way to, drag people in. So a few things that we've been doing so far in terms of marketing is when we have like big event going on, for example, like the meet and greet with the VP of Southwest ILI, or the Duck Pond business plan competition, we send officer to classroom by classroom and give announcement on that event, and try to build like a one-on-one relationship with them, because we believe that if the student can just give us one chance and come to our meeting, they will know what kind of activity or what kind of benefit that they can get from this one. And we will so strongly believe in our club that we're willing to do that, even though going to class by class is very time consuming. So So here, I think he doesn't giving himself. He's not giving himself a lot of credit, but he's a big, a very integral part of the club. He's the one, do the majority of the marketing, go to classroom by classroom and talking to people. And, thanks to him, the club growing from, originally we have around maybe 10 people or something in, one general meeting. And now we're growing to at max maybe over 70 people in the big events that we have. So that's a big accomplishment, and that's all thanks to Celso and Nita and all the officers here as well.
I would like to add a little thing more. I think the milestone of the success of the Entrepreneurship Club is the attendees and the marketing strategy that we have followed. We as a team were all confident, and we put a lot of hard work in planning the event, pulling out, deciding what type of members we want, what type of guests we want in the club, and how to pull out the event. But the biggest work and the hardest work to do is how to spread out the word to the students here, to get the people into our meeting and to retain the same attendees. And that needs a lot of marketing. And Celso, heads off to him. He has, and we have followed him through his past, but we have all worked so hard to get this word out to the college. Yeah. And Celso is the leader on that.
Well, thank
Big
you guys.
thanks to him.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
Can I say one thing, please?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so I have with me my officer here, Sei. Could you like to step in and join us real quick?
Yay, Shay.
Come here.
Go walk in
come
there
on.
where they can
Jay.
see you on the video screen.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Can you just tell us your name, your
Yeah.
position in the club?
Hi, good afternoon, everyone.
Have a seat.
Cameron's right there.
My name is Shay Adeboy. I'm one of the officers of the E-Club, and it's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Your name, you're Shai.
Shay.
Adeboy.
Shai. All
Uh-huh.
right. That's a pretty nice name.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, Kevin was sharing with that earlier about we successfully negotiated with Papa John for a sponsorship deal, and this guy is the one who made that happen.
Wow.
Thank you, Jay. If I can speak on his behalf real briefly, I can say that Sei is a kind of person who refused to take no for an answer. Going off campus and talking to Papa John's supervisor is not an easy task. It's definitely a tall order for him, and he made that happen. He during the winter break, he was constantly on the phone with so many people, with so many different pizza places, and I could say he got multiple no's before he finally got to
We
a
have
yes.
tried the donut places as well. Don't ask about the list. It's a long list.
Yeah. So it's a very long process, and Sei was the one who put a lot of effort into that. And I would like to thank Kevin as well, because he was the one that really encouraged us to get on this road. And he was last semester we did like a donut sales, and the day that we had the fundraising event was on it was really close to the final exam. And we was thinking, okay, as an entrepreneur, how can we make a lot of money from selling donut? So we were brainstorming, and we realized that people during the final exam, they probably don't have enough time for breakfast. That's why we got up really early at 7 in the morning, and we sold donuts, and we made a pretty good profit from that. And I shared with Kevin about a little success that we have, and Kevin was like, "Oh, great job, guy." But also think about the big picture. Selling donuts probably gets like $100 or something, or even less from one fundraising event for a couple hours. But how about you think bigger? How about you gotta go out there and try to negotiate for a sponsorship deal with pizza store in exchange for marketing? And we did just that. And Sei was really the one that made that happen. I could not be, more proud of him.
Thank you for the kind word, Christy. Thank you.
He's amazing. He's really amazing.
You
Thank
guys
you.
are all amazing.
Thank you so much.
So
Thank you.
What are the future plans for this club? What are you planning, or you guys
Well, we, like Kristen mentioned, in community college, you're fortunate if you get students for 2 years and then they move on. So things change quickly. So really goal each year is to get some leadership carryover from one year to the next so that we have some historical knowledge about what we did the previous year that we can pass on to the next year. But this is a student-driven club, and every year we have a different makeup of students and officers. So we kind of want them at the start of the year to be able to decide what this particular year it holds for us. So we don't really know. There's no grand plan. We know that we want to continue doing competitions and we want to continue growing. But what the specifics are, we're kind of leaving that to next year's members and next year's officer team so that they can, at the start of the year, they'll have some brainstorming sessions and they'll try to figure out what is it that we liked last year? What do we want to do different? What do we want to try? We take the best of what we've done previously and then we try to be creative and come up with something else. And really it's very student driven. So I don't know. We'll see what's next. I hope and I have every confidence that we'll find a strong leadership team again next year, but it's always, you never know until it's time. And we do our elections at the beginning of the year. So if there's any students out there who are listening and are interested, they can get in touch with me. They can get in touch with any of our current officer team. And as soon as the semester begins in the fall, we'll hit the ground running and we'll have elections pretty quickly thereafter. And then we'll figure out what's in store for next year. So, and I have a hard stop right now, so I have an appointment. So I'm going to drop off of this, but you guys, I'm very confident we'll carry on without any problems. But thank you very much. This has been fun. This has been cool, and I'm going to drop off myself.
Thank you, Kevin. We all love you.
It's a great opportunity for you to come here. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. So, kind of like, I want to ask you this kind of last question. Most probably not the last, but I want to ask you. So, what can each one of you tell me their experience about this in this club? Are you guys first of all, are you guys transferring? Are you guys going to transfer next semester?
I'm graduated already. I'm transferring hopefully in the fall, and my dream school is gonna be Harvard. But we'll see how it's go.
Really? In Harvard? You want to?
Yeah, they have terrific business program over there, and I've been reading a lot of research by Harvard lately when I was preparing for the business competition. So my heart is really on them right now.
Oh, that's great. That's great. So, what about you, Salsa? I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name right.
You're
Sorry about
correct
that.
now. You're correct right now. But no, I want to hopefully transfer next spring. I'll still be here one more semester in the fall, but hopefully transferring in the spring to UNT to join their logistics program. It's ranked, I think, number 17 in the nation. So I think that's where I want to end up. Yes.
That sounds great. And what about Neda?
I'm little undecisive right now because after the summers I'll be only left with 2 classes, 2 6-credit hours to take. So I might transfer to UTD by the time being and then come back in winters to finish the degree here. Plus I'm doing 2 jobs. It's I'm pretty caught up with my routine. So let's see how it goes. But if I'm sticking here, I'm definitely going to be in the same club. And
I know why Nida is undecisive, because she just got a big promotion at Zara. So she gonna, she a hard worker, and she gonna become a, assistant?
Head cashier
at Zara. So that's gonna be a big job opportunity for her.
Yeah, but I don't want. Plus, on the same side, I don't want to lose the opportunity, and I want to save my time to get my degree as soon as possible. So let's see how it goes.
That's great. And what about you, Isai?
I plan on getting an associate degree and transfer to Texas A&M or UT. Right now, just trying to get everything together. I've been taking like 1 or 2 summer classes, just trying to relax everything. But it's been a nice experience right now.
Can you tell us about your experience in this club?
Honestly, I don't even know what to do now. I have 7
Mhm.
more like family. I can remember, the first meeting. I was just, I came there to network. I came there to network, and I was just listening to Mr. Kevin talk about the supposition, and I've always been business minded, and I had the entrepreneurship spirit. And I was like, okay, I might as well just give it a shot. And at least there's nothing bad if I lose. At least I still a wonderful experience. And I can remember Mr. Kevin, calling the list of the name and saying I was going to be one of the new officers of the e-club. It's exciting, I've learned so many things, about myself, skills I didn't even know I had, become more open, like Celso was saying earlier, it's sometimes not even easy to come out of the shell, especially when you try to make it. But, over the years I've learned so much, how to, to approach people better, how to network, it's such a wonderful experience, and I want every student, to be part of this,
It's a great.
I'm happy I took
Yeah.
this step.
That's great. What about you, Christine? How was your experience in it? I mean, I know it's grateful. I know it's a very opportune. What else can you tell us about your experience?
I think one remarkable memory that I have with me while serving as the president is during this semester, we hosted the very first networking event on campus, and that was perfect timing because the semester before we have the networking workshop with Dr. Sheridan. So people who come last semester can actually utilize what they learned from the workshop this semester for the networking event. So that's been great. And the event, I was in charge of looking for off-campus guests, someone who are local entrepreneur or deeply involved in business world to come here and share with the student how's it like to be out there, how tough it is. So I reaching out to my network and start talking to them and ask if they're willing to come and join us. So there's one gentleman and his name is Michael. He's run a couple company of his own. Is a very veteran entrepreneur, and I just admire him so much for running his own company and at the same time being extremely involved in the startup communities. So I connected with him on LinkedIn. And that was like 11 p.m. I think. So he responded right away. He accepted my connection request. And so after that, he texted me on LinkedIn, and the very first thing that he ever said to me is, "Hi, Kristen, how can I help you?" So that was interesting because, normally when you do something or you lend a helping hand, you normally think first, oh, what's it in it for me? What does it do for me? But Michael, he's incredible, and he was so much inviting and welcoming and giving back. So we go on and talk, and talking about his perspective on entrepreneurship and in the entrepreneurship lifestyle in general. And even though he ended up not being able to come to the meeting, we talk a lot, and he shared with me a lot of insight. And he referred me to a couple more people. One of that is Daniel Haidt, and he the CEO of EDU Square, which is a college planning services. Daniel come here and talk to us about his lesson along the journey, and the student was able to interact with him, learn more about the business world in general, and really strengthen their networking skill. So that was a really rewarding experience for me, myself, and for other members as well, to know that there's people out there. There's a lot of people out there who are willing to help college students. The only question is, do you dare to reach out and seeking some help from them?
Yeah. And wow, like Kristen, she had the absolute. I gotta say, this time on this for the networking event, she actually outdid me, and she actually got
occasionally I outdid you occasionally.
And she got the business professionals to come, and it was I have to say it was because of her that that event happened. So I am very grateful for that.
That's great.
Thank
That's
you.
nice.
Thank you.
And how can you tell us, Nita, about your experience?
It has been a long experience. It has taught me from the communications to the marketing to the planning to the teamwork. But yes, I would definitely take the experience to my career life, and it's going to work with me in a very long run. And I'm very fortunate that I'm in a club and where I have officers that are as enthusiastic and excited about each project that we worked on as I am. And we had a great teamwork, definitely. And the network is a very important thing, too. The people I met through this journey, being in this club, either it's be on the networking one-on-one event or the event that Kristen took a really big part of and invited the guest over, plus the Matt Buckley, the vice president of the Southwest Airline, he came in. There are a lot of events like this that we met the people who are already in the professional lives, who shared their experience with her, the mistakes that they've made in their career life, the successes that they have reached, all the journey that they shared. We can apply on our journey and do not make the same mistakes that they shared with us. We shouldn't. And the network is a big thing. My LinkedIn profile has been like, I have gained more than 50 links, just being in this club. So it's definitely going to help me, just the learning experience, and I would definitely take that.
You know, I see these, these two beautiful people and say out there and other officers. Mark Lopez, he's cannot make it here, but he's terrific as well. I see them grow so much, and me myself grow so much too. Like at the end of last semester, when I finished my first semester running as a president, I was gaining so much, knowledge and confidence that after the final exam, the final exam was on Thursday. On Friday, the day after, I have a job interview with a local company, and with all the energy and the passion and the confidence that I got from the club, I was getting on the interview so so confidently, and at the end I was able to successfully negotiate for a higher pay for myself, and I'm currently working at that company right now. So it was I think I have gained so much from this from this club, from all my fellow officer, and especially from Kevin. He been a great mentor to all of us, and I could like to say thank to so many other people that involved in this club as well, including Chief Izzy. He was a mentor. He was a mentor of my team, Sonic Solution, when we go on and participate in multiple business plan competitions, and we have many faculties who willing to put in their time and serve as the judges for the Duck Pond Business Plan competition. So there's so many people who care so much about the club, and we are so fortunate to have them with us. And all together, we make this club growing stronger and stronger, and I'm very happy about that.
That's amazing. What about you, Celso?
Can you reiterate the question?
Your experience.
My experience with the club. The experience with the club has made me grown, and it has really widened my view of other people and their needs, because let's say I was a very shallow person at one point, and that's no longer the case with this club. I learned how to incorporate myself into a team successfully, and we worked on projects, and we did them successfully, and everything that I learned, it was just something to gain more of. And when I would commit mistakes, I learned from those mistakes, and I know how to avoid those mistakes that I made. And yes, and next time I'll be up and ready.
That's great. So what do you guys advise the students?
I'm sorry?
What kind of advices would you give the students?
What kind of advice?
Before I
I could
start,
say more of the sharing than the advice.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, but before that, I forgot to mention that I didn't forget. I was waiting for the question to come in. It would be unfair for me not to acknowledge the support of Mr. Kevin Wortley, the advisor of this club. Without
God.
him, it wouldn't be impossible.
That's
He's
right.
been encouraged us so much, not just before the events here. He encouraged me actually. He shares with us wherever there's an event going on
Yeah.
related to business and entrepreneurship, leadership.
Mm-hmm.
He shares with us information to let us go, motivates us to go outside and do it. 2 months ago, me, Kristen, and Celso, we went to the event in SMU. They held the business plan competition, the master's students of the master's degree program. And we were invited and I felt so fortunate to learn from that one because they were the professional people who already had their businesses. They were trying to improve that, and they made the business plan competition that could be invited and could be competed with on the national or an international level. So that was a really big thing. And there's been so many experiences and examples like that Mr. Kevin has shared with us and supported us throughout the journey. And there's one more professor that I would like to give special recognition to is Dr. Sherry Deans.
Yay, we all love her.
Yeah, she's my
Sherry.
mentor of the college. I cannot keep her away from my acknowledgments. She actually gave the Networking 101 presentation and the workshop to our meeting where she shared how to make the business cards, how to make the successful LinkedIn profile, and how to network professionally, which was a great learning experience. So yeah, she's been my mentor. I'm so glad she could make it to the event to share with us her experiences.
Yeah, well, if we're giving special thanks to professors, one professor that I think we need to thank is John West, Professor John West here on
Oh,
campus.
that's right.
Yes, he is actually the person who made it possible for Matt Buckley, the VP of Southwest Airlines, to
Yes.
come to our group, and we are very
Definitely.
thankful for him, for him reaching out to his friend to have one of the vice presidents here at Richland College speak to us.
That's
Yeah.
great.
You know, one more person that we need to thank is Carter Bedford, right? He's a director of OSL. And when my team Shining Solution, we went on the Alley Scholar competition in Fort Worth. He was so supportive, and when we came over and we asked him for some kind of support for us, in terms of the hotel accommodation and transportation, he just quickly, not like write a check right away, but he approved the request. And ever since, whenever I stop by, he's always checking up on me to see how the club's doing. And I think he's been doing a terrific job, not only as a director of OSL, but also as a dear friend to anyone who would like to get involved on campus, and he being a big supporter of the club, so far. And I know so many people from OSL that we would like to thank, because they just really wonderful. They just really wonderful. I would like to thank all the people here as well, like my accounting professor, who really inspired me to get into accounting profession, including Miss Becca Lambra, Miss Casey Martin, and Miss Robin Robertson. They are amazing. And I think the reason why we all saying thanks here is because what we're trying to do is we're trying to convey the message to the new students that there's so many people here at Richland College who care about you.
Yeah.
And they care so much, and it's gonna be hard for you to look for that kind of care when it's come to 4-year school. But you are here right now, and trust me, just reaching out to people, and they more than willing and happy to share the resources with you that gonna help you advance in your personal life and professional life.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I agree. There's a whole list of people that are behind the achievement and the success of our club. And we've been so unfortunate to have a lot of faculty members and administrators who has helped us out. And I'm sorry, the last answer has been unanswered. The last question's been unanswered.
I guess you guys answered and told me everything really good. I mean,
I was like, I went another way.
it was such a great opportunity that you guys came here. Do you guys want to tell me anything else about the club? Is there anything else we didn't mention?
I would like to encourage the new members who've been coming in. The people keep asking us in our meetings that they ask a question. The main one is there a way for them to be the officers? And trust me, it's not hard. You don't have to go through an exam or a process. You just have to show the dedication. In fact, the time that they held the competition, I wasn't even there. I had a job interview, and I recorded a video with my introduction and why I want to be in this club. And I ended up knowing that I actually was chosen to be the officer. I got elected. I couldn't even believe, so it's not that hard. And after that, it has been a learning experience. It's just that you need to show your dedication. You need to be involved in every project. If you have that drive and you have that thirst to learn the leadership and other skills, this club's really going to serve you. I've been in other clubs, and this has been the best. One. Yes, I can always come back to this one. Yes, so this has been my go-to club. A very good learning experience.
So, is there like any process that your students should go through in order to be a part of this club?
You guys can reach out directly to Kevin Worthley. Look him up. Kevin, Kevin, and Worthley is spelled at WORT. Ley. And
it's at Kevin Wortley at dccd.edu. That's his email address where you can reach out to him.
Yeah, and there's no secret that we all love him. We just love him so much, and I think he didn't have a chance to introduce himself fully, but he was an entrepreneur himself. I think at the age of 27 and 29 or so, he's very young, and he opened he ran his first business as a shipping franchise company. And under his leadership, the company hit like over $1 million in sales in a very short amount of time. So it was a big success, and he being a successful entrepreneur for I think around 10 years or so, and now he finally come back here and go to school, and he would like to share all the lesson and the insight that he got from his old running his own business.
Great, thank you. All right, I guess I'm kind of done with do you guys want to mention anything else?
Well, if just for that final question, if there's anything that you guys need to join the club, is just have a little bit of confidence in yourself and your abilities or what you can do. If especially if you know people around the campus already, we highly encourage you to join to be an officer, because we need someone who knows their way around campus, who knows people on campus, so they could get the word out about the club and just make it successful again.
And you don't even have to be like a business major. You can be any major, as long as you are business minded and you'd like to learn something new about business and meeting cool people like these two, and having a little fun for yourself. Go for it.
Yeah, I agree. There is no secret. The only secret is that the person who wants to join in needs to have a drive. This club has a lot of resources. This college has a lot of resources which you can get benefited from, but just that you need to have that drive and interest.
That's great. Anyways, thank you guys. Thank you all for joining me here to the Richland Radio, the KDUX radio, and thank you for sharing about your club, and I hope students will hear about that and join more, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you
very much.
Thank you for having us.
Pleasure being here. Thank you.